We're looking at salt, sodium chloride. We're going to look how we get it and then what we can use it for in terms of not just putting on our chips, but what other chemicals we can get from it. So I can get salt either directly from the sea, out the sea, or I can mine it. I can drill for big rocks of lumps of salt, which I can maybe put on the road to help dissolve the ice. Or I can do something where I pump water down in towards a salt mine, and out the other side comes salt water. Now in the olden days, you just need to know that there was always problems with subsidence, because people were always digging salt mines under people's houses and the houses might collapse. So this is all about electrolysis, and here I have my equipment for electrolysis. So what is electrolysis? Well, electrolysis is using electricity to break up a compound into two different substances. So let's go through my apparatus here. I have my power pack here, which provides a direct current. That's a current which only flows in one direction. I have my two electrodes here and here, one positive, one negative, and then I have the liquidy substance here, that is my electrolyte, and I can change my electrolyte. Here I have salt solution, but I can also use something like hydrochloric acid, or I can use water, or a number of different other substances to split it apart. But what I've got here is salt solution. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn on the power and we're going to see what happens. And the power's on, and I've got fizzing at both electrodes. Both electrodes I see bubbly bubbly. And I know that at one electrode, what's being given off is chlorine gas. And I can smell that. And the other electrode, what's being given off is hydrogen. And we're now going to look at that in more detail.
Here's the equipment for electrolysis again. I am reacting water and sodium chloride, and they are forming chlorine, hydrogen, and also sodium hydroxide. I've got electrodes. They're inert, unreactive, so they don't react with chlorine gas or hydrogen gas. I've got my salt solution. That's containing sodium ions and chloride ions from the salt, and hydrogen ions and hydroxide ions from the water. At my anode, I have that reaction going on there. Two chloride ions forming chlorine gas and giving off two electrons. So they're losing electrons, which is oxidation. And at the cathode, I have two hydrogen ions, and they are gaining two electrons to form hydrogen gas, and the gain of electrons is called reduction. The hydrogen formed at the cathode is used to make margarine as a fuel in hydrogen fuel cells, and also in the Haber process to make ammonia. The chlorine gas formed at the anode is used to make bleach, to help make some plastics, and to sterilize drinking water. You need to know the test for chlorine. It turns damp blue litmus paper red, and then it bleaches it white. You also need to know that sodium hydroxide is formed, and that is used to make soap and bleach. Together, sodium hydroxide and chlorine are really useful. If we react them together, we can make domestic bleach. We can also use them as raw materials for making lots of other chemicals, including solvents, plastics, soaps, medicines, and food additives.